welcome to another video from me today. It's lovely to have you here. I know I haven't done a video in a little while, but I have this fabulous one for you today. So you can see here I'm just setting out my gelatos next to these lovely vellum hearts. They came in a Studio Calico kit, and what I'm doing is trying to work out the colour of the hearts versus the colour of the gelatos to kind of try and get a run across of the colour running through there basically. So you're just going to see I'm kind of trying to blend the colours a little bit myself and then go over. You see I've put the pale pink on and then gone, oh, I should have put the dark pink first. I'm kind of going to go over it there and add some white to kind of, I add a lot of white on top of and underneath colours to lighten them up really. And I'm actually going to add white over everything here. I do that a couple of times just to soften it a smidge. And you're going to see here lots more blue and then the purple at the end there. Again, going to go over with the white here. And I just show you this because you can see how smoothly the gelatos come out. It's quite a nice way of seeing it there. That was me just blowing off all the excess. And then I'm going to move those to the side and get a little cup of water and a brush. This was the brush I got with some of the packs. I could actually do with getting a bigger brush for this. Doing something like this, you kind of need. I kind of wanted it to give a bit more of a painty effect, but we're almost there, so I'm quite pleased with that. Now you can see here the pinks kind of run into the green and not really worked. Well, it's kind of a turquoisey colour, so I should have cleaned my brush more there. So I'm going to kind of go over the purple and the blue and blend those a bit better, and then come back and assess that green and get that working really. So I'm just going to wipe over and then add a little bit more. There we go. Going over it with the white, it just kind of helps tone it all down and kind of get it where I want it to be, and then go over a little bit more with the pink and the green just to get those colours right there. It's starting to look a little bit more how I had in mind really, which is just what I wanted. And here I am just going kind of back over with a bit of paint, with a bit of water, sorry, just to smoothen that out, and you can see that is much more how I want those colours. So I just dried it there. I skipped that over. I didn't think you needed to see. I just got my hand tool and kind of dried it on the front and the back, and that was me just getting the photo out. And here, these are the hearts that I had at the beginning, just popping them on top to see how I want them to look. And my vision is basically to have them all in a line over the right colours, and then get my sewing machine and kind of sew over them there. You can see that colour pink didn't quite work, so I'm putting that to one side. And I don't end up actually using that one heart. I keep that for another project, which you're going to see, which I have another video for, very exciting, which will hopefully be out in a couple of days, maybe next week sometime. So here we are just playing around. That's that big pink heart you can see there that I end up not using. Keep it for something else, rather than use the whole pack on one project. So here you can see I've just run over it with my sewing machine, and I'd left all the thread loose at the front, but at the back I've trimmed it, and I just want to make sure it's safe and doesn't come unravelled. So I'm just going over it with some washi tape there just to keep it in place, even though I do think I'm probably going to back this onto another piece of cardstock. I just kind of wanted to do this just to be 100%. And you can see here I just got some washi tape that I had a fair amount of, and went over it, and it kind of worked really well. It's kind of what I normally do when I'm sewing. I'm trying to sew a little bit more often now, but my sewing machine was playing up with me, so I ended up having to do this in 2 parts. But here we go, this is kind of my vision of the photo there, and I've decided I want to get some ink splatters on, and you're going to see in a minute we do have a little bit of an accident, and I'm going to show you how I fix it. So I'm just toying up here between the Mr. Huey's grey and the Colour Shine black, and I decided to go for the black. I thought it gave a really good contrast. So you can see here I'm putting it up in this corner, and then I'm going to go to the opposite corner as well. But you see that bit there just has gone ever so slightly underneath the heart? that's where we're going to have an issue, because it's spreading underneath the vellum and it's kind of pooling there, and that's where we're going to have an issue. And also you can see in a minute the threads got all tangled up with it in that corner, and it's just kind of going to turn into a little bit of a hot mess. Here we go, ruin it, make it a lot worse. There we go. So there it is, got a lot worse. I go into slight panic mode. However, I definitely come up with a way to fix it, and have it finished in a way that I'm very happy with. You'll see, excuse my hair there, I've just had a shower. As I said, did this in 2 parts, and I'm kind of letting it dry naturally there. So first of all, I'm just kind of mopping it up a little bit so that it doesn't pool even worse. That was my first thing, is right, we must get rid of the excess. Wipe it all off the threads, get the threads out of the way. And then I'm thinking I'm just going to put it to one side, and just work out my photo placement and what else I could put there, whether I put something there to cover it up. Could I put the photo there? You know, how am I going to make it work? And I'm like, no, I definitely like the photo there. So I decided here I'm just going over it a little bit with some gelatos, just to tone down the black, just going over it at the back. But what you can see, what the real issue is there's actually some of the ink stuck on the back side of the vellum hearts. So I'm going to get some baby wipes and just wipe them off, and that works an absolute charm. And then I'll need some paper towel just to dry it, and you can suddenly see that what's actually behind it looks so much better now. And I know it's still a little bit messy above, but I'm okay with that. It was what was behind the heart that was really bothering me, and just getting mucky. So I'm going to put some enamel dots here just to kind of make it look a bit better, really, and this kind of just makes it work for me. It might not work for you, it might be too kind of messy. I'm not one of those people that's going to look at it and every time I do see it I'm going to say, oh yeah, that's where I made a mistake, because I love this page and how it turned out. So I'm just drying out here. You see, my mistake there was to kind of smooch it over. That was not really the best thing to do, because these then get a bit muddled up. You can see this one, that middle one there, I just actually got rid of because the photo's going on top of that anyway. And I'm just gluing down these little star sequins. They're just gold star sequins, again bought from Studio Calico. Absolutely adore these. They are the perfect addition to any and every scrapbook page. I have them in wood grain as well, and they are absolutely to die for. I just love adding them in. So just gluing some of those down now, and I'm just kind of sprinkling a few on the actual area where the gelatos and the hearts are, as well as down below here. Just sticking 1 or 2 more down. And I'm sorry about the amount of mess you can see here. My actual scrapbook space is very small, and any area I do have is kind of covered with storage and product, as I'm sure we're all aware of that. So my actual area to work is quite small, and I'm spreading out to my dining table, so I definitely need to reorganise and get my desk clear to get a little bit better. So I'm just sticking down a photo here. I actually think I perhaps shouldn't have used the double-sided tape. I would have liked to have been able to have a little bit more movement there, but I didn't want to use foam dots because I didn't want them sticking off. So yeah, I needed to perhaps think about that one, but I wanted it stuck down, just perhaps with a bit of give. But hey, it looks good. So. And again, not something that I'm going to go back and look at and worry about. Now, unfortunately, my video is going to cut out in a second. You can see these are the letter stickers I chose to use to write my title. And here we go. You can see it there, my new family. My video cut out and I didn't realise. I have actually trimmed that initial piece of paper there, and I'm just off trimming that background that I'm going to use. And you can see I'm going to stick it on, and it just works perfectly. When I first got my Sugar Rush kit, that paper that's behind, I had no idea how I would use it. It's one of those papers that I absolutely love. I just have no idea how I would use. And as soon as I put it underneath this paper here, I was like, ah! One of those moments. So you can see I'm just sticking it down with double-sided tape. I skipped over a lot of that for you, just so you can see. And I'm going to do a little bit of journaling, and then we are just about finished. You're going to have a look at some close-ups and see how it all looked. There's my journaling at the bottom there, and here come the close-ups. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.